Welcome to Prana Talk TV. I'm Shana Dean and
This is Elitom El-amin.
hello everybody. How are you today, Elitom?
Oh man, I'm so in bliss, so in peace, so at one, everything. I'm really happy on everything that's going on, especially dealing with the breatharian knowledge, which is the state of the world.
Yes, it's the higher state of man and woman. That is certainly true. And now tell us a little bit about where you are right now, what you're doing, because you're into some really exciting stuff right now. And breatharianism and the whole pranic movement is really taking off like wildfire.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here in India, Oroville, India. But to backtrack on what happened just before I'm coming here, 2 years ago, I actually came to India, and somebody said something real key. The reason why I came to India, as they brought me here, they said, we are going to resurrect the breatharian idea. Yes, the term of living on prana was already through India, but that was just talk. So since we came here planting seeds, each year has gotten stronger and stronger. And this year, since we're here, you know, the COVID is going on around the planet, so it kind of got me trapped here, which is a good place to be trapped at here in India. You gotta love it. But it gave an opportunity for the message to take off like never before, to spread like wildfire, not just here, but all over the world. Now this is awesome. Now where I'm at is Oroville. This place has started 50 years ago. And it was started on physical immortality by some of the predecessors who actually started this. And they wanted a place on the whole planet that had no boundaries, where money was at it wasn't a big factor on daily life. So people do a lot of barter, they do a lot of trade, they don't charge each other and stuff like this. So it got like people all around the world from 49 nations. It's been here for over 50 years. And I heard bits and pieces about it, but now I am actually here. And by being here, I got a retreat going on, and it's over 50 people at this retreat. This place is red hot. Now, the reason why it's like that, for number one, it was built on physical immortality. Breatharianism is the gateway to physical immortality. Yes, we are talking this. Yes, we are believing it. Yes, we are living it, because I am living proof. I regenerated myself, and I'm continually regenerating myself. I am a full-blown breatharian without a shadow of a doubt. So coming here, there's already been the breatharian message coming through here throughout the years. One of them was Jasmine 20 years ago, and 20 years ago is when I came into the message. So here I am now seeing a great harvest, because everybody is in everybody's collective memory. So me coming through here is like a great resurrection. It never happened before, because they're even saying it. It's all coming together finally. And now the breatharian message have evolved, where it's not talking far-fetched, it's not talking spooky. This is energy medicine. It is actually legit, to actually be proven on the planet, dealing with the power of the subtle forces of energy in a human being's connection with it, like never before. And you got to keep in mind that today, 2021, there's more people all around the planet like never before is learning more about alternative ways of healing themselves, alternative ways of medicine. Now we use that word alternative, but that was actually the primary before the modern day medicine field came on the scene. But we're not putting nothing down. Now, again, and more people around the planet is coming into energy medicine. Meditation is coming back on the scene like never before. Different forms of energy healing like Reiki, earth energy, Amana Huna, different Egyptian style meditations, different Chinese styles. They're all dealing with this energy work, but people like never before is getting a better understanding. But it's not no coincidence that the breatharian knowledge is on the scene like it is now, because it is dealing with a holistic lifestyle. And right here, right now, I'm in Oroville, with this big gathering. And even before I got here, I was in Goa, India, which was a big gathering, but it's getting bigger and bigger like never before because people can see it. This isn't a belief system. It's about taking full-blown responsibility for your energy field that everybody has. And there's sicknesses that's taking place right now that does not have to exist. That's a frequency that's brought about by lack of, ignorance, lack of knowledge, disbelief, don't understand how to work with the unseen forces, which we live in a UV spectrum, which many people are really getting educated on. So it's not going to stop. Over the years, the last 5 years, from my personal experience, when the first Pranic Festival started in San Francisco, that was the first one in America. Then Italy started their World Pranic Festival in 2016. It has been growing like wildfire all over the world. And we got a new lot upcoming, young people in their 20s and 30s who's going to be awesome within the next 5 to 10 years being on this path, because this is not overnight putting tape on your mouth. Absolutely not. This is new, basically, but it got more understanding, even though it's old knowledge. It got more understanding when we brought it down to earth about the power of food freedom, backing up from the table, and most illnesses around the planet is food related, and the root cause of all diseases is the lack of cosmic energy in that area of the body. Oh man, that was a mouthful, but I had to get it off my chest. More.
Bingo. I love it. I love everything that you said. Yes, illness is related to food and also the lack of cosmic energy. You could not have said that better. I love it. And the food block the energy, and it redirects the energy in ways that's not natural for the human body, right? So it's, yeah. And what I love about this lifestyle, you mentioned you don't need to put the tape over your mouth. It's actually not about not eating, which I have found on this path. Yes, of course, that's a side effect, but people make that the end goal. That's a side effect of bringing more cosmic energy into your body. So whether, yeah, right. So whether or not you're eating or not, it doesn't matter. You can still be an energy worker. I'm practicing Reiki and teaching Reiki classes all the time. Other people might do some other type of energy work, or just simply with your meditations, you're increasing that cosmic flow. Guess what happens? The food will fall away. So don't make that the focus. Make your spiritual life and your energy, your cosmic energy, and you're brimming your light, unifying yourself with the light. Make that the focus. Right?
Absolutely. And we're serious about this. Of course, safety first, just like in anything. This breatharian knowledge, that's just a word we're using, breatharian. But what it boils down to is for light workers, people who knows how to work with the light. And yes, this isn't about not eating at all. It's about eating very little or not at all, or having more responsibility on how you eat. See, when we look at the pandemic on the planet that's been going on for a long time, dealing with the health issues of the human family, it's the abuse of those energies. People are ignorant on how to eat. People are ignorant on how energy flows through the body. This is why there's so many problems. So this is educating people, giving them more responsibility for their energy field, because that's the thing that's dictating the quality of your life. When you get educated on that, you could go very far. And like I said, breatharian is just a word that we chose to use. There's so many words we could have used. Solitarian, airtarian, watertarian, naturetarian. I mean, we could go on Illuminati and we could go all day long.
I love that we're all light workers, and that's really the truth of it. I mean, we're light beings, right? That's what we are. So when you're on this path, you become more unified with your light beingness, right? Or not even unified, you just become it. It's your natural essence. So it's about becoming your natural, true, divine essence. That's what this path is. And that's why it's so beautiful. And the more people who do this, the more people who bring this into their physical body, this lightness, it just changes everything around you. It changes your own body. your health, of course, like you said, your own personal spiritual growth and development, your cognitive ascension, let's say, your spiritual ascension, your connection to your higher consciousness, which affects everyone and everything around you. We say this all the time, but really focus on that light being. And as you do that, you realize the food choices that you make become lighter until you feel like you only want to eat light. And what does that mean? Light. Well, think of things that are light. Light is your happiness. Light is your bliss. Things that make you feel light in your heart. You know, that's the light. That right there. It's so beautiful and so gentle and so simple.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. And see, and the thing about when you get this lifestyle, you grow into it and it doesn't have a roof on it. The only roof on it is when you want to stop. That's what makes it so easy. We're not forcing this on nobody. It's just showing people the responsibility they can take. And the more you stay on this path, you actually get stronger and stronger. Like I've been teaching this for quite a while. And from where I started to where I'm at right now, I am definitely 100% stronger. And I'm getting even stronger dealing with the light. That is just amazing. That's why you don't want to quit. And I get people from all around the world contacting me saying how this path is helping them, how this path has changed their life, how this path has bettered the quality of their life, because it's nothing but coming from the heart. It's coming with truth. Now, of course, you're going to have crackpots to jump on everything. I'm sorry to use that term, but there is people who just looking at food freedom for many different reasons. And there is people I have to, turn the other way or redirect them and say, this is not what it's about. Not eating at all is a byproduct of growing in the light. See, I've been on this path for 20 years. Do you know how much meditation that is? I just didn't start yesterday. Of course I make it look easy. I was sitting here with a group of people today, and a woman asked me questions, and how long do you meditate? Listen, me and you are not in the same category. It's just like there was a man one time who was paying somebody to do some artwork for his book. So when he gave them the price, it seemed expensive, but he wanted high quality work done. But when the man did the artwork right in front of him and handed it to him, he said, well, this artwork is good, but look how quick it took you to do it. Why would you charge me so much? And the man said, the reason I can do it quickly and do it so good, because I got years of practice into it. Now listen at that. It's the same with the breatharian knowledge. People who've been working for the light for a long time and on this path for a long time, we make it look easy. So of course, if you're a baby in the game, and don't be offended by that term I just used, there's many levels of the breatharian knowledge. There's the baby levels, there's the teenage levels, and there are adult levels. Now, one thing about a baby is not always going to stay a baby. It's going to grow up. So stay on the path and just watch the excitement. Watch what happens to you as the light keeps transforming you through the tool or the vehicle of meditating, allowing the light to transform the cells of your body, to transform the molecules of your body, to really start opening up the sushma, as they call it in Hindi or Sanskrit, or the central nervous system, the main channel in your body. The more that opens up, will bring electricity through the body. That's why you got an electromagnetic field. See how we brought it down to earth? You can't even argue with it. You will have more abilities, and one of them is especially eating very little, and you could get to the point of eating none at all once you become skilled like off of this, just like I am. See, I'm bold enough to say I am the representative of this because I mastered it. This is why I'm teaching it all over. And everywhere I go, people get transformed because we're serious about this. This is just part of my being, part of my makeup, just like you. Oh man, this is good, ain't it, Shana?
Oh my God, this is so good. And like you said, it just gets better and better and better all the time. When I think of the breatharian
Mhm.
path, the journey, I kind of equate it to Reiki because Reiki is my thing, right? I've practiced it for years, and as a Reiki master teacher, I'm giving Reiki attunements to my students. Now, Reiki attunement
Right.
is a transmission of energy, right? So I'm actually, how should I say, I'm actually placing symbols, beautiful ancient geometric symbols, into the energy body of the client or the student that I'm working with, and it changes their frequency. And what happens
Right.
when that happens? Well, it refines the frequency. It actually aligns it to that person's higher self. And it's really hard to explain, but breatharianism does the same thing, and you receive your own attunements as you go along. You don't have to go to a teacher for it. It just happens naturally. Because as you're developing yourself as a light worker, doing the fasting, doing the meditating, letting go of the food, and really elevating and increasing your own personal frequency, you are receiving attunements. Now, the first time I ever received my Reiki level 1 attunement, I could never eat meat again. There was just something that shifted in me energetically where I was no longer a frequency match for meat. And not only that, something else I've
Right.
noticed, I notice this with all my students, is when you receive Reiki attunements and you start yourself on that path as an energy worker, you find that your life starts aligning itself to your higher soul's purpose. So the things that are no longer serving your life will naturally and easily and gracefully fall away, like maybe a relationship that isn't serving you, or a certain job, or whatever it is. And the things that are in alignment with your true essence, your true life purpose, come to you without much
Right.
effort. So it's a beautiful alignment. And I found that in Reiki. It's very powerful. But I've also found that in breatharianism, in the whole pranic movement, because what's happening? You're refining yourself, your own energy, your body, your mind, the whole thing. You're refining your spirit, and you're taking this physical, material being that you are, and you are aligning to your higher spiritual self. Well, what's going to happen when you're doing that? You are going to become more aligned with your true purpose and your true essence. When that is in alignment, then you and your higher consciousness, it's all one and the same. And you realize the oneness of yourself and everything around you in the universe. And there is no wrong choice, right? You're not going to be led down a wrong life path because it's all aligned and in the flow with the light. You are truly flowing because you and the light become one. It's a
I
beautiful
love.
lifestyle.
Right. And see, and I love how you said, as soon as you got that attunement, things began to fall off. And all religions do talk about that detachment when you're on this path. You will keep breaking things off as you go. That's why I just don't expect a fly-by-night. It's like a peeling an onion, slowly, as we do our spiritual surgery, as we're transforming ourselves. Now, we said something real key about how do you know you're raising your vibration. Now listen at this. When your frequency or vibration is getting raised, you will feel lighter in your physical, emotional, and mental bodies. Listen at that. You will feel lighter. It's a feeling state. Now I told people, they started laughing, but it's the truth. I said, I remember when I was overweight, and when I lost that weight, I didn't even know nothing about the breatharian journey. But when I lost that weight and felt better, I felt different. And I felt lighter in my physical body. My emotions and my mental body felt lighter. So that means that that's a level of enlightenment, just by you feeling lighter. We think enlightenment, you got to be this big guru or this big, You go from enlightenment to enlightenment to enlightenment. Just off of that, I went into an enlightenment. Oh man, that's why it's called a journey.
Yes.
And
I love
again, I
that.
didn't even know.
Oh, I'm sorry. What
Oh,
was
go
that
ahead.
last part? I didn't hear what you said.
And I didn't even know nothing about food freedom. See, that's why it don't have nothing to do about eating or not eating. I achieved a level of enlightenment, and that motivated me to maintain that state or to move forward. I didn't want to go backwards because I felt heavy in my physical body, heavy in my emotional body, and heavy in my mental thinking. Now,
Exactly.
the
Yeah, I love it.
second thing when I go around and talk to people, I say, and you will experience a life of empowerment. That's empowerment to learn how to heal yourself, to take responsibility for your energy field. And what you will experience is clarity of thought, peace, joy, and love. That comes from being light. Oh man.
And being able to manage
That
your
comes from just being.
emotions. And being able to manage your emotions more easily too. You're not a victim to your emotions. You don't let your mind run away and make, you know, and kind of overwhelm you. You become the master of your emotions and your mind, and you're not a victim to anything. You can rise above it and see it for what it is and become, or stay,
Right.
say, in a light space. And the other thing I'd like
Now
to
this
mention,
is.
oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I
Oh,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, the other thing I'd like to mention too is there's really no going back. Once you start on this path, you might have maybe stumbling blocks that make you feel like you're going back, but you never are, because once you hit those higher states of enlightenment, where you are connecting with the light and refining your energy, and you've reached that higher level of consciousness, you're always there. So it's kind of like you go up in level, and it's continuously going up. You might do things along the way that might make you feel like you're going back down. You know, maybe you start eating more or having a difficult emotional time or whatever it is. But all you have to do is kind of clear yourself, and you realize, oh, I'm still at this really high level. And then you're going up and
Right.
up even higher. So even though you might feel like you're having a setback, you're actually not. So I want to encourage people who are on this path that just know everything you do, you cannot lose. Once you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. That's just the way it is. It's just the truth is the law of the universe. So just know that you're always improving, you're always lightening.
Absolutely. Now this is where it gets good. The breath there, we're living in the age of information. Everybody could kind of vouch for that, like never before. We're communicating like never before. Now, and that means that all different levels of society is transforming itself. The school system, the way we look at healthcare and all this other stuff. Now, even spirituality, on the last way we used to look at it, is transforming itself. It has to. Uh-oh, here I go. Now, this is what makes the Breatharian message so powerful. Out of everything we just said, out of raising your vibration, when you have a raised vibration, you will have little, if any, discomfort or pain in the physical body, and your emotions will be easily dealt with. We are in an age where people are learning how to self-heal themselves. Self-healing is a superpower. Now, I know a lot of people all over the planet say, well, the mind and the body is powerful. You can heal yourself. We say it, but due to the pandemic that's been going around the planet, people ain't been able to do that. But since the advent of the breatharian knowledge is such as catching on so powerfully, this is a holistic healing health message. That's what it is. You take responsibility for your health. You learn how the energy, which all of us are energy beings, but learn the energy flow of your body. Everybody has it if you're walking around living. And when you learn that, and you learn what meditation is really for, to break up energy blockages that's in the system. And you have to what? Make it part of your lifestyle. Because it's your job to keep those energy channels open. Your health will begin to improve. This is why this is called energy medicine. Now, I just had a group where I talked about biophoton therapy. That is a live therapy that's being used on the planet. And what they do is they take photons, which is light, and put it directly on the cells of the body. Listen at this. So that the cells could get more energy to combat the disease. Do I need to repeat that? Your cells of your body gets more energy when they put light directly on the cells of your body. That's what we've been talking about, the breatharian journey. Wake up. You
Yeah.
don't need that machine or that machine. You do it yourself.
Right. I was just going to say that. You can do that with your own mind. You can do it with your breath. You can do that with your own intention. Yes.
Breatharian knowledge is fun. Now, I'm not saying there's no war or competition. It's here to stay. It's over with. So those skeptics, you might as well get over it and start doing your research. We're here to help everybody, not throw this in nobody's face. Of course, there was going to be some people that's going to be wrong. Yeah, you came up short. So now it's time to what? This is for your own benefit, to understand who you are as a light being and to help yourself, help others around you, and go on a level that you're at. Stop trying to jump to the big forces, because this is what it boils down to. If you haven't been in this game, your body is not strong enough. The physical body and the mind does have limits. That's why it needs to be transformed. Let me repeat. The physical body and the mind has limits. That's why it has to be transformed. In all religions on the planet, and I ain't talking about when it got, when there's different routes, but the basis of them was all talking about a human transformation for a reason. Oh, man.
And it's a slow transformation. And if I can just interject really quickly, I want to say how important the body is, because we talk about the mind a lot and changing our energy, but the body is really important. Yes, we need to do our meditations and keeping our energy clear, but you mentioned earlier that we shouldn't have physical pains, right? And illness in the physical body, and the breatharian path helps take you there. But you can't ignore the physical body on the journey, which means you can't just fast and ignore the physical body. You have to really nurture it. So what are you doing, Elitom? You're getting massages every other day, right? You get massages, people are doing yoga, if you have a foam roller, roll out your kinks. Like, the more your physical body is in alignment, guess what? The clearer your energy channels are running. So I don't know anyone out there, if you've ever noticed that once you get a massage or adjustment or something like that, where you feel like you're standing taller, let's say you just had done a beautiful routine of yoga, exercise, something like that, where you just feel more aligned, your energy is flowing so much more easily. So that also needs to be part of the breatharian path, is taking care of the physical body, keeping it free of aches and pains, working out the kinks, opening up all the energy channels so you can be running that pure light. It all goes hand in hand. The mind, the body, the spirit, the light, everything. You can't ignore any part of it. It all happens together in tandem.
Exactly. This is why spirituality has changed. We might as well go ahead and admit it. The last episode of spirituality on this planet, everybody ignored the physical body. Let me repeat. It was ignored. It was put down. It's sinful. It's no good. This ain't got nothing to do with spirituality. But the breatharian knowledge is recognizing the physical body, getting its due. You know why? Because it is your mind. See, if you talk about unity, let's take the brain, for instance. Every experience you have shows up on the brain in some type of a neural impulse. Every experience. And they tell you in science that the brain is the greatest supercomputer on the planet, whether you realize it or not. Now, that's going to the flesh of the brain that's in our head. The brain is connected to the body, just like your leg is connected to the body. So what they just said, let me reinterpret what we're saying. If the brain is the greatest supercomputer on supercomputer, the body is the greatest supercomputer. See, the breatharian knowledge talks about unity. See, we break things up in bits and pieces because that's what the world's been taught. But what you were just saying, Shana, yeah, you hit it on the head when you talk about the physical body. But we talk about meditation, it is for the mind and the physical body because they're one. There's no separation. Your mind is your body. You're looking at the way I think.
And I like to think of the brain as a supercomputer and the body's kind of like the storage house. You ever notice that? Sometimes you store
Right.
emotions in different parts of your body and it comes out as
One of the,
illness or injuries, right? So it's about clearing the mind,
right.
programming the mind so we clear this storage house of our body and we keep it clear. There's no old illnesses or trauma stuck in our body anymore. We're going to clear it and keep it light and bright so we can channel this higher energy and we can use our supercomputer brains to turn our body into anything we want. You're absolutely right, Elitom. The body is our mind and our mind is our body. You cannot separate the two. It's one thing. It's all consciousness.
You just hit it right on the head. I like how you say that. So your supercomputer brain could transform the body. And we as human beings are good at transformation. We're masters at it. We know we can. So when we hear somebody crying about different things, you can't do this, you can't do that, it isn't that they are a skeptic against the knowledge. They're crying for help. Come get me. Help. That's what it's saying. Because this is for everybody. Listen to what we're saying. We're putting some user-friendly stuff out here. Nothing hard. We ain't tell nobody to put tape on their mouth for a faster way in. There's still people trying to do that even though we're telling them. They got other agendas. And I have to slow them down. Have you been listening to what we're saying? I never told you that. I never told you there was going to be a transformation in 21 days. You're going to be a breatharian walking around not eating or drinking. I never told you that.
Right.
It don't take 21 days to break a habit. They made that up. If that was their case, you'll be locking people up 21 days all over the planet to change their habits. It varies from person to person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on now. And we got to bring things down.
Yeah.
We got different lifestyle backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd also like to say that we are, as you say, masters of transformation, but we are also masters of, how should I say, we can really get used to something. In other words, you can get really used to eating toxic foods, right? Junk food. Your body is a master of adapting. That's the word I was looking for. So you can adapt totally to one lifestyle, or you can adapt totally to another lifestyle. So you can transform yourself and adapt. We are masters at that. Our bodies will get used to anything. So once you start on this lighter path, your body will adapt. Once you start eating less, your body will adapt. Once you start running energy, your body will adapt until you're no longer sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to do my energy practices, my meditation for an hour. Your body has adapted so much that you're now running this energy and this meditation 24 hours a day. It is now your natural state. And that's where you want to get to. When you've done it so much, forget the 21 days, like you're saying, Elitom. You want to do it so much that this has become who and what you are. That's what
exactly. It becomes your identity. Oh man, this is so good, ain't it? I'm so glad we hooked up again. Tell about this message to remind people what this really is about. We've been giving out the foundation. It isn't nothing that was hidden. We just need to start doing it. So you can lay a strong foundation, because if you got a strong foundation, it's harder to knock down the house. But if you come in here weak, just coming through one avenue, and I've got a lot of people who've been trying to fast their way into it, and they wake up and say, okay, Elitom, I haven't been meditating. I haven't been running energy. I don't know about it. And I say, I'm glad you finally admitted it. Come on now, we got to get on the ball game. And you might as well make meditation your life.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Your life, until it becomes you. Until you become the meditation, yes.
Yeah, it's a life thing. Because they had a great thing, and I want to add this in, about people losing weight. They say many people do lose weight all around the world, but many of them don't maintain it. That's two different things. So the small group of people who do maintain it, they had to figure out why. Now the people who maintain it understand that they had to live a new lifestyle continually than the one that they lived before in order to maintain that weight. I gotta bring this up because I'm running into people all over the place. They just think they need to do certain things for a certain amount of time in order to become a breatharian, and then they don't have to do it no more. They got that mode of thought on their mind. And when they got that, they're gonna run into trouble and be unsuccessful. You might as well get ready for this to be for the long haul, for it to be your new identity as you work with your energy field every single day of your life, because it's your responsibility as long as you live.
Excellent. Well said, Elitom. I love the analogy because I have a long history in weight loss support for clients, right? 14 years I did that and still do it. But it's true. If you want to lose weight, it's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. I don't believe in diets. And I love the analogy of putting, breatharianism with that, because it's true. It's not a temporary thing. It's not a 21-day thing or even a few months. This is the new lifestyle. This is who you are, and you do it to where your lifestyle and who you are becomes synonymous, right? There's no difference between you and your lifestyle. I have clients of mine who say, oh, I want to have a spiritual life, but my job, my career isn't in alignment, or it doesn't feel spiritual. What happens if you may have a spiritual life and then you end up creating a spiritual livelihood for yourself? And then you have spiritual practices that are blending into your relationships. And before you know it, your relationships, your job, your life, your body, everything is your spiritual life. Imagine if that's the case. Make strides towards that, where there's no part of your life that isn't spirit. There's no part of your life that isn't the light. Every single aspect of your life is in alignment and is your true essence. That right there is part of the breatharian path, and it's really important. And it's amazing.
Oh, man.
It's amazing.
Wow, we just really brought it in there. This shows up. We communicate and bring that together. See, everybody's growing. And we're going to keep going from growth to growth to growth. Even where I'm at right now in Oroville, basically I'm doing a retreat every week for the month of February here, which you might as well say we're doing a month-long retreat. A month-long breatharian retreat here in Oroville. But this is what I said to them. As we go through the month of February, when I leave out of here, because it's all about me, I'm going to be a different person. I'm taking so much advantage of this, of my energy field, digging in, teaching people the best, receiving the best. I'm going to come out here another change being. It never ends. This is awesome, ain't it?
Oh my God, it's amazing. And I also love that you're doing so much of this in the month of February, which is the month of love. And breatharianism is all about love. Love yourself, connecting yourself with that divine love, loving others, just emanating and radiating love. Peace and love and light. That's all it is.
Well, we did it once again. As we bring this message to people, we hope you really get a lot out of this, and we're serious about it. And not only me and Shana, as we're talking this, the growth around the planet is awesome. I started out by telling you the things that's going on in my world, and that's all I see. I see a trail of breatharians all over the place as we're dropping this message, people transforming their lives. And it ain't me like that. I'm just a vessel. I'm just telling my life experience. I'm growing, and the light is just backing me up. That's all it's doing. Because it's in everybody. Everybody knows the truth. They telling me the message. That's why. Oh man, this is good.
I love it.
Once again, anything else, Shana?
I think that's just perfect. It just feels peaceful and light, and it's all about light. Light, light, light. That's what we've been talking about today. And I feel the energy of that coming from both you and I today. And I really hope everybody out there that's watching really feels this too and taps into the energy and the frequency that we're actually putting out with this video, and just really bring it into your body and into your life, and just think, how can you really just connect with that deep, peaceful, loving light within? And that's part of being a light worker, and that's part of this path. And it's a beautiful journey. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. What an honor. What an absolute honor. Thank you, Elitom.
All right. And thank you. We're going to keep going higher and higher and keep on raising the ship and not coming down. We're going for it all the way. Breatharian, physical immortality, transporting our bodies to other places. Yes, we think that way, without a shadow of a doubt.
Absolutely. All right. Well, till the next time, we love you. Bye.